You guys loved part 1 of this list so much, and I mean like really loved it. It's already at over 1 million views, so thank you guys so much for that. So because of that, we are bringing you a part 2. Let me know down in the comments if you'd like a part 3. I mean, what's not to love about Disney, right? Hey guys, welcome back to the most amazing top 5. I'm Court McGinley. Before we get started, I want to know, out of all of the Disney characters, who is your favorite? Let me know your answers down in the comments. Alright guys, let's get started on our list of the top 5 real stories behind Disney movies part 2. Coming in at number 5, Beauty and the Beast. Now, as you guys know, this is my absolute all-time favorite Disney movie. Yeah, like I said, obsessed. So as we all know, in the Disney version, we have Belle. She's a complete bookworm and a bit of an outcast. We make our way through the movie, one thing leads to another, and next thing you know, Belle is now Beast's prisoner. But on the upside, he lives in a beautiful castle with talking utensils. I mean, you definitely don't see that every day. Now over time, the Beast opens up to Belle and they fall in love. Then they kiss, the curse is broken, and the Beast turns back into his true human form. Now let me tell you, the origin story, yeah, not so cute. In this version, Belle convinces the Beast to let her visit her sister for a week. So Belle goes to see her sister, and she's covered in jewels and talks about how lovely her life is with the Beast. Her sister then convinces Belle to extend her visit. And this isn't because she misses her sister, oh no. It's because she hopes that by Belle staying longer, the Beast will get mad and end up killing Belle. Yeah, sisters. In at number 4, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Now I have to say, I feel like this movie doesn't get enough recognition. It's pretty great, yet people often forget about it, so I decided to put it on this list. Plus, it does have a rather interesting origin story. So from the version we know, Quasimodo was born with disabilities, and the townspeople view him as a freak. His only friends are some gargoyles. He then meets a gypsy named Esmeralda and falls in love with her as she is kind to him. Then in the end, he saves her from being executed by the church. In the origin story, Quasimodo fails to save Esmeralda and watches her hang. Quasimodo then goes to her gravesite and stays there until he starves to death. Then after a few years pass, her grave is opened and both of their skeletons are found. When the person tries to separate them, the skeletons turn into dust. And at number 3, Pocahontas, another amazing Disney film. In this movie, we follow Pocahontas, a woman who is one with nature, stands up for what she believes in, and has a cute little raccoon friend named Miko and hummingbird named Flit. She meets an English man named John Smith, and they form a friendship which over time turns into love. This almost starts a war between their people. John Smith almost gets executed at the hands of Pocahontas' father, but she stops him. But the true story of Pocahontas is one of tragedy and heartbreak. And there are many different versions, but I'll tell you about the most common one. Her birth name was Matoaka, and she was the daughter of the chief. Just like in the movie, her mother passed away and she was raised by the women of her tribe and father. When the English came, the natives kidnapped John Smith, but Pocahontas saved his life. There was never a relationship of any kind, as when the two met, Smith was in his late 20s and Pocahontas was only 9 or 10. Smith then went on his way. Pocahontas was eventually kidnapped and taken to England, where she married an English man when she was 17. They had children, and then she died at the age of 22 of unknown causes. And like I said, this was only one version. Some versions say that she was murdered, others say that she remarried. This was all the way back in the 1600s, so yeah, that leaves a lot of time for things to get misconstrued and twisted around. Coming in at number 2, Snow White. Now Snow White is the one Disney princess that really stands out, as she was the first princess ever created, and that was all the way back in 1937. Yeah, she's the head honcho. Snow White is this beautiful, friendly princess. But as you know, beautiful and friendly people unfortunately have crazies trying to take them down. So with Snow White being the fairest in the land, she's being hunted by the evil queen. So she runs off into the woods, where she comes across a little cabin where she meets the 7 dwarfs. However, the witch ends up finding her and poisoning her. Then her boys go on the attack and they kill the witch. Then all of a sudden the prince shows up, gives Snow White a kiss, she wakes up, and they live happily ever after. Well, as you know, the brothers Grimm, they aren't about the easy deaths, so they came up with a different version. This time around, the witch doesn't die under a rock. Instead, her punishment for trying to kill Snow is to dance in heated iron shoes until she faints and dies. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Coming in at number 1, Mulan. This film is definitely a fan favorite. I mean, the scene with the "I'll Make a Man Out of You" song, the way she perseveres in the end, yes. So Mulan pretends to be a man so she can fight in the Chinese army against the Huns so her injured father won't have to. At first she almost gets sent home because she's not strong enough, but she doesn't give up and she steps up her game. Over time she becomes one of the strongest fighters, they win the war, she lands her man and honors her family. And then her dad hits you with this line.
The greatest gift and honor is having you for a daughter.
And then you just burst into tears. Well, unfortunately the origin story ain't so cute. China ends up losing the war. The ruler from the enemy side lets Mulan live, but she must live with him. She then escapes so she can go home to be with her family. But sadly her father passed while she was gone and her mother remarried. And then Mulan kills herself so she could be with her father. Yeah. That's dark. And there you guys have it. That's our list of the top 5 stories behind Disney movies. I hope you guys liked it. If you want a part 3, let me know down in those comments. Also, don't forget to show some love by giving this video a big thumbs up. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.